Game over. All right, stop! Good grief!
This is another Airsoft Mike production.
Code! I think I've found the perfect thing to install on your back. Let's do this! A tactical warm welcome back to the channel, everybody! This is the Duel Code Sentinel Sentry Airsoft Turret.
What is it? What's going on?
They're coming.
Where?
In the tunnel. Here we go.
You have no idea how excited I am about this unboxing. Okay, so what do we get? An instruction manual, nice. A battery pack, and then we have the main attraction itself. I'm hoping this is all self-explanatory. It's looking so far. Okay. Look at this bad boy. And it's not too heavy. Do you know what? It doesn't even matter if it was heavy because Code is solidly built. Yeah. And I saw a video somewhere of someone sitting on one of Code's brothers. But anyway, now let me just quickly qualify what I just said. Because if you're watching this video for the first time, or my channel for the first time, you're thinking, sitting on his brother, what's going on? No, Code is the name of my new robot dog, okay? Right, so looking at this, it looks simple enough. And even to get the legs on looks super simple. But before I do that, I just want to show you something quickly. If you look here, for those of you with eagle eyes, you may be thinking, oh, it looks frayed, it looks damaged. Look closer. It's not actually damaged. You can see a bit of like sort of tubing, yeah? And that ends, and that little frayed ends that you can see, the scraggly bits, that's part of the whole sort of covering of the cable set, so it's fine. But I'm not going to bother with that now. I want to get this thing working and make sure it works. And I want to show you how simple it is to connect the legs. That needs to poke out that hole there. So you get it there, then you give that a little encouragement, and then you push it down. And hold on, there you go. I'll tell you who your uncle is. Look, Bob. And as you can see, I've already got the other leg on, and you simply, deploy. Now, earlier on, I showed you a battery pack. Let me just show you where that goes. So if I turn it that way, have a look. And there you've got your little battery connection point there, which pretty much looks like a Dean's connection. And over there, you've got your hook and loop strap for the battery pack. Ultimately, I'm gonna replace it with a 7.4 volt LiPo, but because the manufacturers supplied this equipment with this battery pack, it's only fair that I test it with this, but eventually I will be using the LiPo. And as you can see, I haven't connected it yet, and I'm fully aware there's an on and off switch, but I'm going to leave it disconnected until I install this bad boy. And again, it's recommended that you use an AEP, not a gas blowback, for this, okay? And that makes sense when you think about it. Right, now stand by for the fastest ever Airsoft Glock unboxing you will ever see on my channel. Ready? This is the Cyma CM030 UP, aka a Glock 18. Instructions. Look at that bad boy. 3 BBs, a charger, a battery pack, a speed loader, and the flock itself. Nice. But wait, an Allen key and whatever that is. And last but not least, a cleaning and unjamming rod. Actually, I'm kidding. I know what that is. And there it is. And do you know what? I think this is a first for me and my channel. I've never ever bought an AEP before. Never. It's all gas blowbacks for me. when it comes to sidearms. So, oh wow, look how thin this magazine is. But guess what? I won't be using this. I'll be using this bad boy. Now, as long there are no obstructions when it's trying to spin and turn automatically, this is what I'm going to have on that bad boy. Its very own. Look at this. Drum mag. But again, for the purpose of this first test, I will be using its own mag. So first thing I've got to do, well, yeah, the mag's out. That puts me off. I keep thinking the mag is still in there, but it isn't, look. But anyway, yeah, I believe you push, yeah, that's simple enough. That comes off. And right there is where you put the battery pack. Okay, I've got to tell you, that is nothing like what I'm used to. But if you are into AEPs, maybe just drop a comment in the comment section and let me know what you feel about AEPs. One funny little thing I noted. You notice how at the bottom they supply you with a nice little Dean's connection there, yet they supply you with a battery pack with a Tamiya plug. Now, to be fair to the company, maybe they did supply a little adapter there so that you could plug up the battery they supplied. And I missed it somewhere, I don't know, but just as well, I'm Airsoft Mike. So of course I'm going to have a little bag of adapters. So yeah, let's do this. And then like I said, I am going to end up using a LiPo with a Dean's plug on it for the long term. Oh, getting excited now. So how this works is whatever you put on this, and this one's particularly designed for an AEP, that red bar will pull the trigger automatically when the sensors sense someone. Oh my gosh, let me just test it without putting the Glocky on there first, just to make sure. And just to let you know, when you first turn this bad boy on, it needs about 60 seconds to calibrate itself, okay? So the sensors have to warm up and things like that. So let's flick this on. So there you go, I'm just going to give it a minute to calibrate. And let's see what else. Is there any more information I can give you about this while it's doing its thing? Hold on. Right, so basically, as I mentioned, it's motion activated. It has a wide coverage of 180-degree rotation to monitor a large area. Nice. Yes, also, I'm reading off this spec here. If you've got the right adapter, you can connect an ANK M249 box mag. Right, so this bad boy is ready. As you can see there, the light is flashing, telling you it is armed and ready. The reason why it's not doing anything is because you're looking at the rear. Okay, so you would be behind this, or you wouldn't even be anywhere near it. You can just leave it alone to look after and monitor an area. Okay, now if I was to put my hand in front of it, it should react, and you should see that red bar pull backwards. Oh, look, it did it. It literally did it, okay? So hold on, watch that red bar move, and then the turret itself start to move. Brilliant. And look, it will keep going as long as the sensor is picking up you or human body. And then immediately stops when it's clear. Right, let's get that Glocky on. And you simply just attach the lower rail of your AEP right there, making sure that red bar is in front of the trigger. Okay, hold on, is that in nicely? And then secure it. That is now secured. Come on! I'm going to test it without any BBs, just to make sure everything is working correctly. Remember, it takes 60 seconds to calibrate and warm up, so I'll be right back. And there it is ready. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my hand in front of the sensor, and then all hell will break loose. But luckily, as I said, there's no BBs. Here goes. Whoa! Wow! I love this thing. Hold on. Well, literally I can stand in front of it if I want to, because I've not put any BBs in it yet. Game over. All right, stop! Good grief! Sorry, that just took me by surprise because that's an AEP, but listen to how angry it sounds and the fact that it's on this turret. Oh, it is simply awesome. Now, this bad boy is now loaded with BBs. What I love about this turret, it's got some pretty decent sensors going all the way around there. Stop! And look, as you can see there, that bad boy emptied the mag in seconds, which is why I'm glad I got the drum mag. However, I have two dilemmas. Dilemma number one, how am I going to attach that bad boy to code? Now, clearly I can remove the legs, okay? So that's not an issue. But then I've got to find a way of attaching it on the back of code. And then if I attach the drum mag, that's going to be too long. So really, it's going to be short engagements with this mag in that bad boy. But when I've got it on the stand, I can deploy the drum mag. What do you reckon, Code? I think he likes it. Nice.